Our last lesson we discussed about market structure theory, and also we discussed about how to read market structure on the price chart. In this lesson, I am going to be explaining multi-time frame market structure, how to read market structure across different time frame. And what is multi-time frame market structure? Multi-time frame market structure means reading market structure across different time frame on a particular currency pair. One thing about most traders find so difficult to understand in the financial market is reading market structure on a lower time frame. Most of the time, most traders tend to understand market structure on the higher time frame, but once they switch from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame, they tend to start getting confused of how to read market structure on lower time frame. But in this video here, I'm going to be explaining to you how to read market structure from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame, which is known as multi-time frame market structure. And here is a skeletal diagram here, which displays the higher time frame market structure, while we have another structure right here which signifies the lower time frame market structure. But first of all, let's read market structure on the higher time frame. So here we have a market structure which signifies moving from a bullish trend to a bearish trend. So let's label this and read this particular pattern here right here. So right here, what do we have here? We have a higher high right here. We have a higher high right here. Then what do we have next here? We have a pullback to the downside, giving us what? A higher low. So here will be our higher low. Then what do we have here again? Here we have another higher high, giving us what? A break of structure to the upside. Then what do we have next again? We have a pullback to the downside, giving us what? Another higher low. Then right here again, what do we have here again? We have another higher high. Then what next do we have here again? We have a pullback, but unfortunately, this pullback right here tends to break below this previous low right here, which automatically turns out to be what? A change of character. That is a change of its initial trend from the bullish trend to the bearish trend. So this automatically becomes what? A change of character to the downside. So this becomes what? A lower low. Then we have a pullback giving us what? A lower high. Then we have a continuation to the downside giving us a break of structure that was price is in a bearish direction, that is in a downtrend. Then give us another one, lower low. Then we have a pullback giving us what? A lower high. Then a continuation to the downside giving us what? A break of structure to the downside. So if you are to label each of these right now, let's label each of one of this diagram there. So here is where we have what? Our break of structure to the upside. So let's label this as our what? Break of structure. Then we have another break of structure right here. Here is another break of structure here. Another break of structure which gives us what? A clear confirmation that what? Price is in uptrend. Then what do we have next here? Here it will be our what? Our change of character. That is, market is changing its initial direction from a bullish trend to a bearish trend to the downside. So as we can see right here, we can see price is breaking structures to the downside, giving us what? Every confirmation to be able to understand what price is doing. So right now, currently, this price action right here now on this diagram here is breaking structure to the downside. So one thing I wanted to also understand is that every single move or every single push on the higher time frame is what? Is a trend on the lower time frame. What do I mean by this? What I mean by this is this single push we have right here is what? Is a trend on the lower time frame. Meaning what you are going to be seeing is what? Price breaking structures to the upside, giving you what? A break of structure to the upside on the lower time frame. So this is exactly what you are going to be seeing on the lower time frame. So don't worry, I'll be explaining this better for you so you'll be able to understand better. So this is exactly what you are going to be seeing on the lower time frame. Let me explain this better for you to be able to understand. So what I mean by a single push on the higher time frame is a trend on the lower time frame. That is, this single pullback we have right here. This single pullback we have right here is a trend on the lower time frame. This continuation we have right here is a trend on the lower time frame. This other pullback we have right here also is also what? Is also a trend on the lower time frame. That is here, right here. This pullback we have right here to the downside is a downtrend on the lower time frame. This continuation we have right here is a uptrend on the lower time frame. This same pullback we have right here is a downtrend on the lower time frame. Let me explain this better by showing you a clearer example. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pick our other structures we have on the lower time frame. I'm going to pick what? I'm going to pick our other structure we have right here on the lower time frame. As you can see right here, remember I said this red diagram, this red structure we have right here is a lower time frame structure. This white structure here is our higher time frame. So just like you can see right here, that where I said, previously I said this single push we have right here is a uptrend on the lower time frame. So as you can see right here on the lower time frame, which is our red structure which we have right here, you can see what price is doing. Price is breaking structures to the upside. You can see price is doing what? Price is breaking structure to the upside, giving us what? A clear confirmation that what? Price is bullish on the lower time frame. Price is what? Price is bullish on the lower time frame. So as you can see right here, price was not able to do what? Price was not able to continue its break of structure to the upside. Then we have what? A change of character. That is, price is ready to give us a pullback on the higher time frame. So this is a change of character. So here we have what? Our lower low. Then you can see what price did. After giving us our lower low here, we have a break of structure. It gave us another lower low, then a lower high. Then price broke structure to the downside, giving us what? A break of structure to the downside. That is what? Price is ready to still continue its initial direction to the downside. Price is still giving us what? A break of structure to the downside. So what else do we have here? We can see we have another change of character right here. That is, the pullback is getting exhausted and we are ready to have what? A continuation to the upside on the higher time frame. So this becomes what? A change of character to the upside. Then we can see price did what? Price pullback on the lower time frame, giving us what? A lower high right here. So this becomes what? Our lower high right here. So as price giving is giving us what? Our lower high right here, we have what? Another break of structure to the upside. So as this break of structure happened right here, we can see the higher time frame is breaking structure to the upside. That is, both the lower time frame and the higher time frame is still bullish to the upside. So you can see the lower time frame have what? It gave us what? A break of structure to the upside. So when it gave us a break of structure to the upside, we have what? A change of character on the lower time frame, meaning what? The higher time frame is ready for what? Is ready for a pullback to the downside. So you can see price give us what? A change of character right here, breaking structures to the downside. Another one, we have another break of structure to the downside. Then what do we have here again? We have another change of character. That is, the pullback is what? Is getting exhausted. So price is going to be doing what? Is going to be breaking structure to the downside. That is, the continuation is going to what? Is going to move on to the upside. So what do we have here again? We have another break of structure to the upside. So as you can see right here, we can see the higher time frame broke structure to the upside, which gives us a clear confirmation that the higher time frame is still bullish. Likewise, the lower time frame also broke structure to the upside. So what do we have here again? We have another change of character right here. That is, a pullback is ready to occur on the higher time frame. So when we have this change of character on the higher time frame, we have what, a break of structure to the downside. That is, price is going to do what, is going to continue its pullback to the downside. Here we have another break of structure. We have another break of structure. Then unfortunately price broke below the previous low, so which automatically becomes what, a change of character on the higher time frame. So both the higher time frame and the lower time frame broke below the previous low on the higher time frame. So this is where we have what, our higher time frame change of character to the downside. So meaning the higher time frame is switching from bullish trend to bearish trend. So this is exactly how you read multi-time frame market structure from higher time frame to the lower time frame. So one thing I want you to also remember is you need a higher time frame and a lower time frame to be able to understand multi-time frame market structure. Meaning you need the daily time frame or the 4 hours time frame to be able to understand the direction of the market. So what I want you to do now is I want you to move on into the price chart, the back test, and practice how this works in the financial market. Have a wonderful day. Salute.